the Shen is such an interesting ban is you have to assume that given Longzhu's current picks, they might not actually opt for it, and it would be so good against their comp need to get ahead, they are behind. You can see Beyond now coming back down to bottom, but sort of like, what opening?
Well, here we go again. That's going to be the Flash Exhaust First Blood. Will go over to the Rengar, a bit of a trade in mid two. Out comes the get away from that aggressive engage of MVP. But hold that thought. Beyond is just going to face check that brush. And here comes Corki too. The exhaust coming down, and that's going to be enough damage. Going on over, flashing the stun is Fly, but Crash will go down to Ian's ultimate. So trading 1-for-1 there, World. You have Beyond waiting in the wings. The stun does miss. And, oh man, the package forward as Crash is here as well. There's that teleport, but Ian will go down, trading 1-for-1 for now. But what is Crash going to do? He looks for that last kill onto Beyond. Will he pick it up? Yes, he will. The double kill comes out, and now he will just dash over the wall. So nicely done there to pick up those 2 kills.
And this is interesting because a lot of the damage that's going to come out of MVP, or at least the champions he's going to be fighting, are very burst reliant. So having that extra HP against them is going to be extremely effective.
Ian in not the best spot, and there comes the collateral damage. Enough damage to take out Ian, just sticking around too much by himself. 1v, but you can see that not everybody on MVP is around here just yet. This is being burned down very fast. In comes the teleport. Ian trying to jump on it, and it's stolen by Syndra! Unbelievable! They get the Baron, and a huge mistake there from Longzhu, not able to smite that one.
That Longzhu aren't entirely out of the game. The Baron buff is a little bit over halfway done. MVP probably going to be able to pick up at least another turret here, but they're looking to fight.
They're looking for it. Here comes Ad. They burst down Jin immediately like he doesn't even exist. Bray was not expecting that one. And so they continue. Max has to be very careful. Redemption will come out. Lots of damage being put onto that turret. No stun this time around, but in goes Ed. The pop is ult, Expression going deep as well. A lot of members of MVP very low. Ed maybe going a little bit too deep. Will be taken out. The flash forward from Fly, able to pick up a kill onto Lulu now. Curtain call, can he land it? Looks like Beyond is just in too much trouble anyway. That will be 3 kills given over to Longzhu.
And really hard pressed to end the game before that Baron buff expires.
Uh-oh, there's no vision in there. Or actually, there is. Ed is just going to jump on in, and a huge knockup going onto both of those members. And Longzhu is just being routed now. Gorilla on the run. Big Redemption comes down. 3 kills. Bray, he's going to go down. Double kill for Syndra. Will it be 3? No, double kill over to Maokai as well. And that's going to be a clean ace by MVP over Longzhu.
Teleport available on Ed to lock up a minion.
Looks like they're going to go for it. The minions coming on in, and that's going to reduce the armor. And that's going to be 1 turret going down. Still 4 seconds on Gorilla. It's not going to be enough. That would be game number 1 going over to MVP after a huge ace.
And what a way to really win. The Baron steal into getting a ton of objectives off of it, into almost potentially throwing the game in mid lane there, letting the gold gap basically come back to even.
What'll it be? It's going to be the Ahri. He's going to bring it out again. And if I remember, it wasn't that successful the first time he brought it out. But feeling confident. Expression knows that Ed is still here. He teched the brush with one of his missiles, but here we go, coming on in. And even with the flash, he is going to be jumped on with the twisted advance, and now Expression in a heap of trouble. There he will go down. First Blood goes over to Beyond.
What a good First Blood champion. Later stages of the game being able to make use of the Malzahar ultimate for immediate engagements and stuff.
Oh, there's the flash engage, talking about engagements. Down comes the equalizer, but way too much damage. Beyond able to pick up another kill onto Expression.
Another kill goes
to Expression here. He comes with the mobility boots, and Nethergrass comes down. This time Beyond and Ed are around. They should be able to pick this one up, and there it goes. They're going to give that one on over to Ed.
Everything's setting up nicely.
Luluth given over to Prey, but hold that thought. Engaging onto Max, who gets caught out. Crash getting very low. Ian attempting to do a bunch of damage on the left side, lands his charm, but also gets exhausted. But real really, here comes Beyond doing a ton of damage. Ed in the front line, able to get a huge ultimate off, and that's going to be 2 for 2 now. But a lot of members of Longzhu very, very low. Only Prey in the front line with that misses the first missile. Can he get the second one? Here comes Prey. He's got red buff. They might be able to pick this one up, and it looks like they will be able to. Nice bolas there, picks up the kill. Expression finally gets some kind of reward there after all of his deaths.
On Longzhu wants to continue scaling, and okay.
Whoa, okay, he catches Prey. The wild growth is not going to matter as he gets hit by another charm, and down he goes. So now this is 5v4, and now Crash gets caught out as well. And even though Max pays for this with his life, that's a nice couple of kills that MVP is able to
Now
make.
they're so close to completing certain core items, getting the Trinity Force, getting the Infinity Edge on the Caitlyn, and they're too far up. And
well, here we go again. Ed, he is going to push way, way deep. Lots of members of Longzhu get super low. Max, so if they can pick someone, then they can easily pick up this trade. And they're going to look for a pick here. Actually, the flash engaged by Ed, and so much burst damage goes out onto Gorilla. And that was the pick I was talking about, even though they did not use that Netherground. Listen to Elsa, guys.
they don't want to let it go, man.
Please. You guys have seen Frozen before, right? We'll see if that turns onto them, and you can see Crash just immediately goes down. Ian is going to survive. Expression, he really wants to get a kill here, but both Beyond and Ian survive. And this is all for an Ocean Drake. This is what we were talking about. Fly gets super low. Prey doesn't have much mana, but he's doing a lot of damage. Huge burst damage comes out on the Fly. That's going to be the 4th kill. Now only Prey remains. No doubt he will go down as well. That's going to be the ace, and only Maha will die for it.
Really good, though, that Maha was picked off right at the end there, trying to stop it. And hold on, Expression. Rengar ultimate available as well.
Are they going to make this happen? There's Crash. They want to engage. Ian getting extremely low. Okay, Max doesn't exist anymore. Ed going to try to 1v2 for now, but really just trying to escape with his life. And he's going to be hard-pressed to do so, especially with Gorilla coming on in. And that's to be Ed going down as well. So at least Longzhu is able to convert. Now it looks like they want to go towards Baron.
They're going to go towards Baron Beyond.
Definitely trying here.
They have to be really careful right there. Can't let Beyond into the pit. He has to go for it.
Oh, Ian, huge amount of burst being sustained onto him. Beyond, he is going to go for it, but they stop damaging the Baron. That's not going to be enough. And there goes the Baron on over to Longzhu. Fly picks up a second kill, too. And all of a sudden, we turn right back around and somehow...
Quite yet at a point where he can just 100-0 all of the members on Longzhu, with the exception of Fly. He does have that wall.
Look at that, the flash over the wall, and Fly, he doesn't have the Valkyrie anymore. He's going to go down. Nice bit of burst damage, and it looks like they want to go even further. Gorilla is going to be picked off here by the Twisted Advance, but once again, it looks like Ed just gets a little bit too far forward. A huge play with the Equalizer there to actually zone out the rest of the team, and that's going to be only a 1-for-1 trade.
Longzhu, they pick up the real prize here. Don't even have mana. But MVP, they're going for one of those burst Baron scenarios, and this ended horribly for Longzhu.
Yeah, but look at the ward there that Rumble is forced to teleport to. He also does not have his Equalizer, so here we go. It's going to come down to it. The Nether Grasp, but this time Beyond is going to pick that up. A kill onto Rengar as well, trying to go in there and get the steal, but oh, huge burst damage. They might be able to turn this one around. Look at Prey dishing out the damage. Expression flashing out in front. MVP now just routed out of this fight, just trying to get away. Fly going to dash the wall. Down goes Graves. Maha may survive. And it looks like Max will as well, just barely, is going to be missed there by the Glitterlands. Does get out, but...
Take the fight a little too hard, and not really that tanky against Prey's Caitlyn, and Prey was just going absolutely nuts inside of this team fight.
Fantastic position to get a second inhibitor here. You can see Ian hanging around the bot side, and they're going to go for a teleport. This is kind of a desperation play. Can they actually convert from here? In comes Ed. Not able to twist it advance, though. They get the charm onto Gorilla, and he goes down, but immediately Max gets taken out. Expression very low, so is Crash. Down 2 of them will go, so they do pick up a couple of kills, but look at the Nexus. Looks like that second Nexus turret will go down, and now the Nexus is totally open and naked. Setting up the wall of traps, but here comes the engage from the left side from Ed, but look at the amount of damage that he takes. He's forced to Twisted Advance away. Equalizer going to zone him out, and he can't go onto the traps either. He's eating so much damage. There's the Guardian Angel popped. There's a trap right underneath them. They're going to try to convert here onto Fly, and that they do. Lots of burst damage coming out here. They do land the Nether Grasp onto Expression, but with that Zhonya's, he will be able to get out alive. And look at Prey so fearlessly in the front. Tons of damage, chunking out the Graves, and that will finally be the inhibitor after some difficulty.
The Baron is started. Now MVP does know about it. Don't know really what they can do.
Trying to burst it down with Ian's damage, but not enough. Nice smite there by Crash. And they
fully quite understand this, why you would handshake going up against both the Baron and the Elder.
You feel like you have to go for like a desperation.
Now they're escorting the final wave into the Nexus.
This should be the final fight. They need to make a play, and Prey immediately just QSS's and does get wild growth. Lots of damage coming out onto Expression, but it's not going to be enough. Fly even surviving. Down goes the tree, finally. Crash going in for the cleanup, and that is going to be game number 2 going over to Longzhu.
And that's a pretty big victory for them right there. It's about basically winning every single lane and having a really strong jungler that can support that, get ahead, stay ahead, and then just drive it. So I would say something if they lost here. Ed might find himself.
Flash from Crash. He wants to go on into this, but look at Ian. He's coming on up and trying to do that burst damage. First blood goes over to Ed. Just barely able to survive.
Pretty out of position. Ed does not have teleport, especially coming in for good measure.
Yeah, they're going to try to make this work. Maha is in a huge amount of trouble, but there's the curtain call onto Max. Here comes Expression. This should be 2, and down he goes. Longzhu able to pick up a couple of big kills, and oh, here's Fly as well. Trying to convert onto Beyond. He will try to flash the wall. There he is, but can they get a bunch of members over? That's 4 of them. Still on the chase, trying to jump onto Beyond. He does land it, but not quite.
MVP is so huge.
Oh, and hold that thought. I mean, Ed is looking for more damage. He's going to pay for it with his life, though. Expression tanky enough to survive. That is 2 kills given over to Longzhu as they go for a kill, and it comes back. Skrilla does have that Nether Grasp. They're going to make it work onto Max. Look at Maha taking the bullets in the front, though. Exhaust comes out, and there's the 4th one. Maha, a little bit too brave. You know, he wanted to return the favor. There it is coming on in. Ad does get rooted up, so does Beyond. And here's Expression. He wants something big, and Max takes a ton of damage. Still alive, though. Still somehow alive even after the Kha'Zix's damage. Fly should be able to pick up Maha here, just barely. And finally, they pick up a kill. Although a lot of members of MVP were very low.
And when you look at the way that Longzhu have itemized, a lot of their champions are extremely defensive. Look at that. Ian does no damage.
He just goes in there and takes his own damage. And now Exhaust is going to be thrown down onto Crash, but they will be able to use that teleport to get out there. Nice.
Oh, they might look to pick up Ed.
There's the immediate QSS, but when you have this much lockdown on the side of Longzhu, curtain call for the follow-up, and he's going to be forced to flash ahead. Not enough damage coming out of Gorilla. Either way, there's no vision, and it looks like they are going to start it. Glowing with LeBlanc, it looks like maybe they were able to just get that little bit. They can sense it either way. Ian is poking his head in, now they see it. Jumping forward, and oh boy, okay, from behind comes Maokai. The slam dunk they're giving over to Prey on that Jhin. Now it's really just going to be up to Beyond with the magical steal. Can he pull it off? He's going to flash it. No, he will not get it. Crash will pick up the Baron, and that's just going to be everybody on MVP running away. Down goes Ed. Down goes Beyond. Max in a terrible spot. Ma desperately trying to do some damage. That he is. And he will get away for now. But 4 members.
This game. Problem is they just keep getting so chunked.
Well, so speaking of chunked, everybody is just going to disappear on this one. In comes Crash. Looks like he might go down, no. Just going to use that ultimate to get away. Oh, Maha does get Deadly Flourish. QSS will keep him alive for now. Max on the run. Crash, he's hunting. He wants it, and he will get it. Another kill onto Caitlyn, and I think that should just be the game.
That's definitely going to be the game. with only Max remaining to defend the base and beyond, no one else coming up anytime soon. Nexus turrets are going to be poised to fall. Longzhu wants to fix their KDA a little bit. Get another kill for Crash, and that's going to be it for game number 3. 1 kill to 17, and Longzhu continue their streak of dominating everyone that is not SK Telecom, KT, or Samsung.
Yeah.